A lot of Christian men hear the call to lead their homes and immediately feel the tension. On the one side, they know they should not be passive. They should not leave all the financial decisions to their wife, ignore the budget, avoid hard conversations, or only show up when there is a crisis. But on the other side, they do not want to become harsh, controlling, demanding, or making their wives feel like she has no voice. So they get stuck. They do not want to abdicate responsibility, but they also do not want to be dominant. This episode is about how to lead the family budget with confidence and without becoming controlling. Let's dive in. Welcome to Financial Coaching Kingdom, the podcast that helps you align your money with your purpose. I'm your host, Jon. We've all felt the weight of financial stress, the sleepless nights, the silent disagreements with our spouse, the feeling that we're just not in control. But what if there's a better way? What if managing your money was less about math and more about peace of mind? On this podcast, we'll explore a different kind of financial freedom. It's not just about what you earn or what you owe. It's about the emotional clarity that comes from being on the same page with your spouse, the spiritual strength you gain from worshiping God with your finances, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you're building a lasting legacy for your family. Every week, we'll cut through the noise to bring you simple, powerful truths that will help you move from financial chaos to confidence. If you're ready to find clarity, grow in unity, and live with purpose, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Many may think that they only have two options, to be passive or to be controlling. But both can be unhealthy. When we're passive with our financial leadership, that looks like avoiding the budget, not wanting to talk about it, or letting your wife carry all the financial stress. They're the ones that are taking kids to the soccer. They're the ones that know what we need for groceries. They're the ones at home while we're at work. So they're taking care of it all. Or refusing to make those hard decisions. If there is a question, are we helping? Not knowing where the money is going. This is a problem for a lot of reasons. We need to know where the money is, just in case something happens to somebody else. They need to go. Or checking out because the money conversations are stressful. Do you avoid them because they bring up an argument? I did. Only getting involved when there's something goes wrong. When it's finally the stress level is just so high, or something happened wrong, or a payment didn't get paid, and all of a sudden you hear the collection guy. Is that when you jump in? Or there's the flip side, the controlling financial leadership. And this can feel harsh. It's making every decision alone, not involving your wife into the conversation, or using the budget as a weapon. I've had people have that where they're like, oh, this is what the budget says. This is the step-by-step that we're doing, and this is all that we're doing, when there could be something different that works well for the two of you. Or treating your wife like an employee instead of a partner. Are you paying her wages? Is that how you're doing it? Or criticizing every purchase. Or demanding submission without offering love, clarity, or trust. You guys want to work together. You want to be one team pulling the cart in one direction, or confusing authority with superiority. I need to make this decision. I need to do this. How do we do it together? Passivity refuses responsibility, but control abuses responsibility. Biblical leadership accepts responsibility and carries it with love. Leading financially does not mean you get your way. It means you take responsibility for the direction, clarity, unity, and stewardship. What does biblical financial leadership mean? It means you initiate the conversation. Hey, we need to have a budget conversation. You bring calm instead of chaos. Let's talk about that. Let's do this. You create clarity where there has been confusion. You listen before deciding. Get her perspective. How does she feel secure? You protect the family from foolish financial decisions. I don't know about you, but I don't go to a car lot anymore without planning on purchasing. You make sure your wife is heard and honored. You keep the mission of the household in view. You guys want to go back to what is your why? What is it that you're trying to do? And you definitely want to love and honor your wife. And you submit the money to God, not your ego. Remember, it's God's money. He's the one who gave it to you. You have the health, you have a job, you have all those things because God has blessed you with it. Your job is not to control every dollar. Your job is to make sure every dollar has a faithful purpose. Control is often a counterfeit version of leadership. It usually grows from fear, stress, pride, or past financial pain. Also, that may be how it was demonstrated to you as a child. You may not know any different. That may be what you expect. That's how my mom did it. That's how my dad did it. This is how we got to do it. No, you want to work together. Some of the possible root causes that we want to just control everything. We want to make sure that every dollar that we have and every penny that we have goes to where I want it to go. As fear of not having enough. We're not going to be able to get all the things that we want. Or stress from debt. Or shame over past mistakes. Oh, that happened in the past. That's always going to happen again. Or a childhood where money felt unsafe. Did you grow up that way? Was money a issue that there was a lot of arguments about or abuse financially, physically? A belief that if I do not control it, everything is going to fall apart. I'm holding it on. I got it. Or anger because spending feels disrespectful. Pride that assumes my way is the only wise way. That's something that we struggle with, don't we? And then as we learn new ways, we go, oh, that way wasn't as great. So let's try that. A man must be honest about what is driving him. Is it faithfulness or fear? Wisdom or pride? Conviction or insecurity? If fear is leading you, you may call it stewardship, but your wife will feel it as control. Some men avoid financial leadership because they are afraid of conflict, unsure of what to do, or ashamed that they have not led well before. Some of those passivity reasons is, I don't know enough. I don't have enough information about what to do. Or, my wife is better with the money. Okay, now that could be true. Your wife could be better with the money. That means you guys work together. Have no problem with if your wife is the one who likes to do the spreadsheets. Great. If your wife is the one who likes to who has her vision around things. Great. But work together. Become one in that with your money as well. We always fight when we talk about finances. That could be true. There may be some things that you just avoid and you don't talk about them. You don't create that safe place for those conversations. I have made mistakes, so I do not feel qualified. A lot of people feel this way, especially when they come talk to someone like myself, a financial coach. They're like, oh, well, I did this or I did that. And it's like, we're not worried about what you did. Let's go ahead. Let's work for the future. I'm tired and I don't want another responsibility. Do you feel that? Oh man, sometimes you do. Sometimes you're in the parking lot taking a nap versus doing what you need to be doing. And I thought providing income was enough. Hey, I make the money. She has to deal with it. I make the money. She does all the work. She takes care of the kids. She does the finances, all those things. Providing income is important, but it's not the same as leading financially. A man can bring home a paycheck and still fail to lead the household with wisdom. You do not need to be perfect to lead. I hope not. You need to be present, humble, and willing to take responsibility. If money conversations in your home usually happen during stress, after overspending, or when something goes wrong, I want to help you change that. I created a free resource called the Weekly Money Meeting Guide. It walks through a simple 15-minute routine you can use when your spouse to review the week. Talk through upcoming expenses, celebrate progress, and get aligned financially before tension builds. This is not about having a perfect budget. It's about creating clarity, communication, teamwork, and consistency. Because strong families don't drift into financial peace, they build it one conversation at a time. So, if you want help leading your family well financially, go download the free weekly money meeting guide at financialcoachjon.com. That's financialcoachjon.com. Set aside 15 minutes this week, sit down with your spouse, and start the conversation. Your family doesn't need perfect finances. Your family needs a plan. All right, so we're going to talk about a framework that you can use to lead without controlling. We'll call it CLEAR. The CLEAR framework. C-L-E-A-R. CLEAR. C. Clarify the mission. Start with the why, not the spreadsheets. Don't bring that in. Ask those questions of, what are we trying to build as a family? Or what kind of peace do we want in our home? What debt do we want to eliminate? What do we want to be able to give toward? What are you preparing for? Or what values should our money reflect? A budget without a mission feels restrictive. A budget connected to a mission feels purposeful. L. Listen before you lead. Do not open the conversation by correcting. Open it by understanding. Ask your wife, what feels stressful to you financially right now? Where do you feel restricted? What do you wish I understood? What purchases or categories matter most to you? Where do you think we need more margin? Listening does not weaken your leadership. It makes your leadership trustworthy. E. Establish shared boundaries. A budget should create agreed upon boundaries, not consistent permission seeking. Examples would be, each spouse has personal spending money. Purchases over a certain amount require a decision. Eating out has a monthly limit. Debt payoff gets a fixed amount each month. Giving is decided together before the month begins. And the emergency fund continues automatically. Healthy boundaries reduce micromanagement. A. Assign responsibility. Leadership does not mean doing everything yourself. Decide who handles what. Who updates the budget? Who pays the bills? Who tracks the spending? Who schedules the monthly budget meeting? Who handles the groceries, subscriptions, insurance, or debt payoff? You can lead the household financially without personally managing every financial task. R. Review with grace. The budget will not go perfectly. Review it without blame. Ask, what worked this month? What surprised us? Where did we overspend? What needs to change next month? Did our plan reflect our values? How can I support you better? A budget meeting should feel like teamwork, not a courtroom. Okay, so you want some practical rules for not being controlling. Rule number 1, Never use the budget to shame your wife. I've heard these conversations. They hurt. They really do. Correction without honor will damage trust. Rule number 2, do not inspect every purchase like a police officer. Create categories and boundaries so you do not have to micromanage. Number 3, give your wife real input, not pretend input. If you've already made up your mind before the conversation, you are not leading together. Rule number 4, have personal spending money for both spouses. A small amount of freedom reduces resentment and constant friction. Rule number 5, talk about goals more than mistakes. The mission should be louder than the correction. Rule number 6, own your part first. Before pointing out where she overspent, ask where you failed to lead, plan, communicate, or prepare. Rule number 7, pray before the hard conversations. You are not just trying to win the budget debate, you are trying to shepherd your own home. Okay, so what are you going to say to your wife? Well, here, use this practical script. Hey, I want to do a better job leading our family financially, but I do not want you to feel controlled or micromanaged. I want us to be on the same team. I want to understand what feels stressful to you, what matters to you, what we need to work toward together. Can we sit down this week and look at the budget? Not so I can criticize, but so we can create more peace and direction for our family. That conversation sounds very different than, we need to talk about your spending. Okay, so let's get a heart check for us men. Before you lead the next budget conversation, ask yourself, am I trying to serve or win? Am I leading from a peace or panic? Am I listening or lecturing? Am I protecting our family or protecting my ego? Am I inviting my wife into unity or demanding she follow my plan? Have I prayed about this before bringing it up? Am I willing to change too? The goal is not to prove you are in charge. The goal is to help your household become more faithful, unified, and free. All right, so this week, do not start by rewriting the whole entire budget. Start with one conversation. Ask your wife what feels heavy, what feels unclear, and what she wishes was different financially. Listen without defending yourself. Then schedule a simple budget meeting and build one shared plan for the next month. Lead by initiating, lead by listening, lead by bringing clarity, lead by serving, lead by taking responsibility. That is the confidence to lead without being controlling. Okay, guys. So Ephesians chapter 5 has a lot of great information about husbands and wives, and it really helps direct our conversations, help direct this episode for sure, and how we should try to be living with our wives, with our spouses. Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. How do you do that? How does that work into your life? Does it work into your finances or not? In verse 33, however, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that they respect her husband. Just that reminder from the Bible that we're to love, we're to respect, we are to worship God with our money, right? If that's what we're doing here, we're wanting to worship God with the money. If your marriage has had many years of money tension, this framework, this clear framework, it's not going to work overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take trust. It's going to be working together. If it's felt like a battlefield, man, there's going to be some hard discussions. There's going to be times where you are having to try to work together. But men, I've sat with women who feel broken, who feel like they're no good with money because they were told that they're no good with money because they didn't use the spreadsheets and they wanted to focus on different things. They had spouses that were even using good money practices and saving up money but not communicating what the money was for. It's like, well, why do we have this big account if I can't spend money? Why are you holding me hostage? The feeling of being held hostage from being able to purchase anything. And we have this large account. Well, there was a reason. It was actually an emergency fund, or it was and it wasn't communicated. People weren't communicating. And so relationships get broken because of that. And women are afraid. Some women are taught from a very young age to let the man do it. And it's not always a good thing. Work together. Open up your relationship. Love each other. And glorify God. Gracious God, I pray for the people who are listening. I pray for those who are in the middle of some issues in their relationship. And Lord, I just pray that you would be with them, that you would guide them, guide husbands, guide wives, bring them together around your word. And I pray, Lord, that people would come away with those conversations working together, glorifying you. In Jesus' name, amen. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a 5-star review and share the podcast with somebody else who could benefit from it. And if you want help creating a clearer financial plan for your life and family, reach out at hello@financialcoachjon.com or schedule a free call at financialcoachjon, that's JON.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.